any truth to the rumor that there was an alternate motivation that Padme was actually going to kill Anakin in this?
Oh, that's cool. No. And cool, but no. Hi, I'm Natalie Portman, and I'm going to be watching some scenes from throughout my career. They had a few cameras rolling at the same time because it was obviously a one-time occurrence when they shaved my actual hair. They had my hairdresser on the film playing the role so that he knew what he was doing. It wasn't like, thank God it wasn't just an actor. They handed an electric razor. It was very dramatic and a lot of pressure to, get it in one take. I was reading a lot of kind of freedom fighter kind of memoirs and biographies, autobiographies before to kind of get that mindset of people who are imprisoned for their beliefs and the kind of injustice of it and the moral integrity that strengthens and fortifies someone in those spaces. And I was really in that whole world.
Look, all they want is one little piece of information. Just give them something, anything.
Thank you. But I'd rather die behind the chemical sheds.
She has so much integrity in the story. That's why I think it's so, meaningful. I feel like the whole V for Vendetta story and the mask, I see it at rallies now. I mean, it's really just so symbolic for a lot of people, I think.
Our lives can change with every breath we take. We both know that. And you tell them to let go of what's gone.
I love Ashley Judd more than maybe anyone. She is so incredible as an actress to watch, but then also as a person. I filmed this the summer after I graduated high school, before I went to college, and she got me all these sheets and pillowcases for my dorm room afterwards and was got me all ready. And she was just the most warm, wonderful friend. And now I recently reunited with her, saw her at the UN. She's become the most brilliant advocate for women's rights and speaks so eloquently and forcefully for women's place in society. And I'm just in awe of her. I mean, she's a professor at Harvard now. She's kind of can do anything. And she's just one of the most courageous, brilliant, awesome people I know.
And tell them to hold on like hell to what they've got. Each other. And a mother who would die for them and almost did.
I think it might have been the first time I played a mom on screen, and so wild to do that so long before it happened in real life. And I think I had a little bit of an inkling that when you become a mom, you have that quick knowledge of how to take care of other people. And she has that in this moment.
Come away with me. Help me raise our child. Leave everything else behind while we still can.
It was such a big part of my life to be part of Star Wars for so many years. I had made the first one when I was 16 years old, and then this one I did when I was 22.
Hobie, Mom was right. You've changed.
It was really wild to do green screen. It felt like a very pure form of acting, actually. It's almost like when you're a kid and you're pretending that, your refrigerator box is your rocket ship, that you have to really not just create the world inside of you, but the world around you as well.
First off, the name is Mighty Thor! And secondly, if you can't say Mighty Thor, I'll accept Dr. Jane Foster!
It's pretty amazing, you know. You kind of feel like, oh, I guess I'll just get to play petite women my whole life. And then they're like, no, you're going to play a 6'3" character. Then you watch yourself on screen. I'm like, this is what it looks like to be like a big person. This is what it feels like.
Eat my hammer!
The most surprising thing was how much you have to eat. Like, it was all about like protein shakes all day, which are just so gross after a while. So it was a funny world to get an insight into.
Would you ever do something like this again?
Oh, it would be so fun to do. You get a lot of cool points with your kids when you do a superhero movie.
Holy.
This is from Annihilation, which I loved making. This was back of the studio. We shot this, and there was an animatronic crocodile monster that we used, but most of it was CG'd after. I was early in my pregnancy here of my second child, so nobody knew, but I was like, felt really hardcore being like pregnant and like shooting a machine gun like that. It really felt radical to be with so many amazing women together doing this kind of story and playing these kinds of roles. Tall grass and military fatigues with these big guns on us and packs. Like, it certainly wasn't like anything I'd ever done, and I hadn't seen it before. So it did feel very radical.
It just seemed to me such a shame when we came here to find hardly anything of the past in the house. Hardly anything before 1902.
It was so awesome working with Greta Gerwig. It was my second time working with her after No Strings Attached, and it was so fun to like have my friend, you know, and get to see her be amazing. And now, of course, she's just blown us away with her writing and directing prowess.
Well, if they don't want it, in the past, you see, they could sell it or throw it out.
It was really intense. You know, it was the first time and only time I've ever had to do something that was so precise, because we were replicating these exact videos with the same shots and using the original sound. So I was practicing not only the words, but also the exact rhythms of the original interview. It was almost like learning music, you know, that you had to learn the exact rhythms and where she took a breath and where she sighed and all of that. It was hard to lose it after doing it for so long, because it was really became part of my psyche. Well, I think in this scene, she realizes that she's hurt herself. This pursuit of perfection is, you know, literally killing her. It was amazing because actually the physical prep helped me a lot for the psychological side, because I really got a sense of the pain that you subject yourself to and regularize yourself to, the physical pain, also the pressure to be very thin, which is like a whole other self-deprivation, the pressure of the competition and the perfection, and all of that I got also from a lot of the people who were training me as we were spending the time training, because it's hours and hours and hours I would spend with these individuals, and I would start feeling their personalities and how the experience of, you know, trying to live up to these expectations shaped them, and that was all really helpful for the psychological aspect.
They're sweet, aren't they?
Very.
They're a very beloved part of this community.
I can see that. This couple, Elizabeth watches Grace and Joe, have invited her knowing that she's studying them, and they're kind of performing for her. They're kind of performing this like normal American, barbecue. And of course, there's this very sinister history underneath it because of the crime that started their relationship that they're trying to kind of rewrite with this performance for her. And I love all the like Americana with the flag, this kind of idyllic sunset. But one of the things about shooting in Savannah is it is this beautiful idyllic place, but with a very ugly history, which is not dissimilar to Joe and Gracie's relationship. I think it just asks so many amazing questions about like, can art be amoral? What parts of our identity do we perform? How do we really get to truth? Is it possible to get to truth through these characters that are really like unpredictable and wild and ferocious? Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.